Hello and welcome. I am here to show off our new journaling game. It is called Autumn Forest Walk, and I'm going to explain what and why there's a journaling game really quick, then show it off and then we can jump right out of this video. So, um, I came up with this idea because I feel like we have different types of journalers, and I want to, catch the people who want to journal but don't want to do all the love and heartfelt and gratitude journaling because I love that kind of journaling. I love that people do that, but not everybody does. And so then we have our journaling project, which gives you prompts. Some of them are a little more deep and heartfelt, and some of them are very fun and lighthearted. Again, balance of that, a lot of fun. I love the journal project. Because it comes with stickers and the prompts and some papers, and you can layer things up and mess in your journal and pick and choose the prompts you want to do or when you're in the mood to do them. But then that's still writing things about us or whatever. So it was like, oh, what about a journaling game? And what I mean by that is this little booklet takes you on a journey, this one in particular, through a forest. And to get through the forest, you roll a die each day for you to go, oh, that's what I encountered. Oh, that's what I encountered. Of course, the rules are your own. You do not have to play by the rule of rolling if you don't want to. If you want to pick your encounter that day, you go right ahead. Nobody's going to judge you. You are going to do your thing, and I'm here to actually support that. You be as creative as you want, or if you're like, but I'm not creative, Natasha, you know what? That's okay. I mean, I'm not that creative, but I, I like what I'm doing. It's fun. And you know what? You don't even have to decorate it if you don't want to. You could just write it all down. Another option, don't even write it down. Challenge your mind every day. Just go, what did I get in the forest today? Why did I get that? Oh my goodness. I know. I'm just too silly sometimes. Autumn Forest Walk, a journaling game of cozy exploration. So, what's my point in this? Autumn Forest Walk is a journaling game of gentle exploration. You'll take on the role of a traveler stepping into the woods during this season of change. It's kind of the intro. Again, up for interpretation, whatever you want to do. Then there's setup, which is basically what you need, how to play. So you start in section prepare for the walk. You follow the daily prompts. You roll. It tells you how to roll. Some days it asks you to roll twice and combine results. Some days have multiple parts. Do them all or don't. Continue for 14 days or longer. And when I say longer, there's 14 days in here, but guess what? You can keep rolling and you can keep encountering things. In the back, it tells you how to continue play, which is continue rolling, or collect all of the things. Make sure you collect all of the encounters or whatnot. And then it gives a little example of play. So it walks you through one of the days. There's optional journaling tips. And then, so we're going to start preparing for the walk. You choose your forest flavor. I love using the word flavor when it's like it doesn't taste like anything, but it's just flavor. So choose your forest flavor. And in this guide, I've given you six because it die or six-sided. Here's the thing. If you don't have a die, or Yahtzee game, any game with a die in it, you can also do like a random number generator online and do 1 through 6 and let it pick for you if you want to do that. So there are ways to do that, but we're going based on a die because I took my journal, stuck it in a journal cover, stuck the slide-in pouch. This fits in the slide-in pouch. The die fits in the slide-in pouch, and then a couple little things fit in there. And I've got everything together. Like Saturday when I did this, I did it at a coffee shop with one of the girls in the office, and we just grabbed our book of stuff. We actually had a couple extra things because I use magazines and stuff. Throw it in a tote. Regardless, everything was organized, put together, and we headed to the coffee shop with our totes. We sat there, we worked on setting it up a couple days, and then yeah, we went home and we did finish it all. Like it's 14 days, but again, there's no rules. Nobody said I had to spread it out over 14 days. So what if I did mine in 2 days? That's what weekends are for. So anyway, you can you have six for I'm going to get back to this now. So there's you can roll for your forest flavor. You can just choose it. That's what I did. Or you can make up your own. So our choices are whimsical forest, enchanted forest, golden autumn forest, dark and tangled forest, misty morning forest, and ancient forest. And with each of those, it gives you a little paragraph of kind of what that means, how it feels. It's trying to get you all into the mood for that feel. So again, personally, I picked it because I knew what I was feeling and I didn't want to get something I wasn't feeling. Then after you pick that, that's all you do is you just pick it. Then you create your character. So before you step into your forest, you want a character. Who is stepping into the forest? Is it you? Is it somebody that's a token for you, a character for you? So all of these things, it gives you a couple things you can answer about your character, and then building your forest map, which I'll show you my map and explain to you how I did mine. I didn't build mine ahead of time. I just planned where it was going. And then days in the forest, there's day one, and there are 14 days within this booklet. So each day gives you like little bullet points of, and like when you get to this day, it says roll once. Then there's days where it says roll twice and combine them. So for instance, day three, the first meeting, now the forest reveals itself more directly because the first 2 days you're just getting into the forest. Okay. So now we're really in the forest. We're going to have a meeting. We're going to encounter something. This is your first true meeting with the forest, and you can, again, up to you, journal or sketch what happens, record this moment, sketch the creature, path, or object, or write a line of dialogue with the forest itself. Any of those choices, and I'll show you what I did with mine. And then, so when I say roll on the main encounter table, when you flip to past all the days of play, there's a roll guides section. We have our main encounter table. And so this is like animal encounter, hidden path, quiet clearing. There's 6. So you roll, and then that's what you encounter. Or pick it. Again, I promise I'm not watching you to find out what you did. I just want you to have fun. And then, like, say I roll animal encounter, and that's my first encounter in the forest. If you don't want to pick an animal, we have an additional table, optional mini encounter tables, and it gives you 6 different animals. And you can roll or pick one of those, however you choose. So that's kind of how the game goes. And then also in the back, there is a forest flavor reference, which means each of those forest types I told you about. So say whimsical forest, you're in a whimsical forest, it's giving you more words. So you have a paragraph in the front that tells you the vibe. Then this gives you a little bit deeper on each encounter. So this is the playful, colorful, and curious forest. If I encounter an animal, it's not saying I'm encountering an animal juggling acorns or wearing leaves like a crown. It's just giving that as a feel of advice. So I could be like, I rolled a graceful deer pauses in the trees. But what's whimsical about that deer? Maybe it's wearing a crown. That's what I would envision. It would be wearing a crown. I don't know if it would be wearing leaves as a crown. It would just be straight up wearing a crown. But to me, that's very whimsical. So unless that's the enchanted where it's glowing, that's just like everything's glowing to me. Anyway, lots of words to help you on your creative journey without having to do every creative thought. That's more what this is. So take a creative journey without having to come up with every creative thought using this game. And I'm going to just flip through and show you what I did with mine. And thank you so much for joining me today. So the Autumn Forest Walk is the name of this game. I named my forest. This was the vibe of my forest. And I gave my character a name, and then I wrote all of the things about my character. I rip out of magazines for a lot of this because of the fall. I use our stickers, I use other stickers, I use deco kits, I use a variety of things. This day, again, I went to the coffee shop and I think I forgot to grab too much stuff. So I had a fall magazine and I had like a couple stickers. So I the next one, I am definitely diving into more of our stuff. It'll be fun. So then what I did is you see that my map is here. I knew I wanted it to go here. I knew I wanted it to be one page and I knew what it was going to say. So that's how I set mine up. Then each day I took a key word out of what I did and then drew something. Um, so this is 14 days, but this is how I interpreted a map. I think you can interpret a map to be literally a map of your forest with different stops, different pinpoints. That would be fun as well. Again, I can play this again and have a different feel, have a different all the things. Um, so this was how I interpreted the map the first time. I think the map is completely up to all of it's up to your interpretation, but that's how I did my map. So like day one, it talked about walking into the forest and a sign. Day two was the leaves crunched like a warm welcome beneath my feet. And so I drew a leaf. Um, and then I had a meeting. And then what I did, so this is the name of the day that's in the book. And then I wrote down my roles. And then I wrote my little blurb, whether it was a quote, a blurb, something that went with that day. So this is like 3 more days. And then some more days. And this one was really fun. This is my favorite. I actually cut mushroom shapes out of magazines and scrapbook paper because it was colors of the day and I had rolled and encountered a field of mushrooms or something, and then I had to roll for color, and the color of my mushrooms were supposed to be like changing colors, which made me think changing colors in autumn. So I did a lot. So that's how I cut my mushrooms out. um and then some days I did just like a little quote. This was a whole magazine page, which was gorgeous. And it went to with the walking together. Some journeys are meant to be shared. And then my last 2 days, and then this just ended it. So then that way, the next time I play a game, I'm starting back on a fresh spread. So one of my favorite things about the way this ended is the last day was returning home. And it said, what 5 things are you going to take away from this journey? And so I picked things that I could look back and resonate with as well, because I should take these out of every journey, whether it's a game or not. So I did kind of pull some little personal things from it as well. But pause often, follow curiosity, honor change, walk with others, and keep noticing. So there we have it. That's what I did. So this entire journal is going to be, which as you can see, I've played the game, is going to be, I mean, all the games that could happen. So again, Autumn Forest Walk. Hope you guys enjoy. Thank you so much for joining me today.